said. Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back for the episode of Always Bloody in Doskvol. This one is episode 5, A City Without Dreams. Previously on Always Bloody in Doskvol. In the aftermath of their flawless heist, Mike reads from the wrong notes.
Congratulations.
That's what I do. That's where I live.
A city without what?
That is the right episode title. It's A City Without Dreams.
Dreams. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go back. Previously on Always Bloody in Doskvol, Ish was formally welcomed into the Harbinger's Opera House Sanctuary as Fillmore Renfro's terror deepened and the cult's social gravity tightened around its newest recruit. The crew investigated supernatural disturbances in Fog Hollow, uncovering violent hollows, shattered windows, and sleepless locals. Bo attuned to the ghost field and encountered a massive void-like presence beneath Fog Hollow, collapsing to dig at the stones. And when last we left our illicit adventurers, I don't know, not intrepid heroes, that's for sure. Our
cultists.
When last we left our lowly criminals, we see,
we're going to be highly criminal soon.
That's right.
We'll see. We see a shot from like close up of Bo on his hands, and he's digging into the cobblestones. We see the camera sort of pulls out, and we see Hawke in full like blue coat garb, watching Bo for any signs of danger and idle curiosity. And then, without a sound, we see a shadow approach over Hawke and lean in and say, "Can I be of assistance, officer?" And breaks the silence and tension as Hawke, you start and turn to see Lord Skurlock standing behind you.
Yeah, and I think she does a double take in the form of like a blink, and she looks down to Bo digging with his hands into cobblestone, and she's like, no, my lord. My friend here he's got it. And she gives Bo a solid pat on his shoulder.
Bo, you were in a bit of a state, to which I believe you were rolling some things to try to not be in that state. I will. Let me see here.
To not be? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember for myself that she was watching him. Like he seemed to be in some kind of like distress, but Hawke kept watching.
Yes.
Because she wanted to see what would happen. But then I think maybe when he started digging, that's when she was like, Bo, like trying to get his attention.
I'm going to give you a chance to roll a resistance roll, which I think might be one of our first times rolling that. A resistance roll, just to see if you can pull yourself out of this. Like the black void was sort of like pulling you in. So go ahead and roll me a resistance roll, as I remember how to do that on the character sheet.
It's for clicking the word resolve, prowess, or insight. I
Perfect.
imagine it's going to be resolve.
Yes.
Looking at the previous rolls, I rolled one of those before. Does that?
Yes.
So in the previous one, should I have taken stress for that?
You suffer 6 stress minus the highest dice roll. Yes, you would have.
I should have taken 2 from before, so I'll add those in, and then I will roll resolve again.
You'll get a bonus die for Hawke sort of jostling you out of that state.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Okay, great.
6.
So you succeed on this roll. So as you don't hear any of this, right? All the sound is sort of muted. You see that sort of like blue wire frame, memory of the city, and this dark void of nothing. And then you feel like probably a rough pat on your shoulder that sort of jogs you away from this. In the sensation as you are like sort of yanked out of this black void, what are you feeling at the time, Bo?
So Bo was heavily drawn to this. Mm-hmm. I think he would feel not a the word's completely wrong. It's not like he feels lost for it, but he feels like something that he wanted, something that he knew was there, that was drawing him forward, is gone. And he feels like he could have had it.
Like a missed opportunity almost?
Yeah, that's probably a better way of wording with real words.
So you are jostled out of this moment. You're like blinking. As you're blinking, you're sort of going back and forth between like what is actually physically real and then what's the manifestation of the ghost field. And you realize you have walked basically clear across Six Towers. Sorry, not Six Towers. You've basically walked clear across Crow's Foot. And you see next to you, kind of patting you on the shoulder, is Hawke, and then standing a few feet behind Hawke, just enough so that Hawke had the distance to close on you, is this man. Whether you've seen him before or not, I believe so. I believe the crew, yes, the crew knows who Sterling.
Oh yeah, we know who he is, but we've never met him in game yet.
You would see this, 6 foot something imposing black filigree vest, black like half cap length coat, cane, coif of like gray hair, very piercing blue eyes, a beard. You see him. I believe he has. Actually, I don't think he does. No, he does have a beard. He has a tight cut with a mustache. You see him leering down at you.
Mike, have we out of game? I guess have we met Skurlock? I mean, we were paying him tribute, right? To be in
Yes.
the area. So
I
have
don't
we
know-
met him specifically, or just one of his agents?
I would say at a minimum, you would have met one of his agents. If anyone thinks that they would have had dealings with his house, you let me know. I think probably the most likely person to have had seen him before would be Hawke in like her duties as as a blue coat, as an officer of the law. Would make sense for her to like know who the who's of the city are. But I think that would depend on how long Satyr has been in Six Towers to know like who the big players are.
Not that.
Yeah,
long.
like I don't think Roxandra would have any reason to associate with him personally as Hawke.
Yeah.
So
But I think you may have seen him in like photographs or in the news,
At least a picture or something. Yeah, that would make
for
sense.
sure. For sure. So Bo, you kind of come to you see that Hawke has a hand on you, has moved closer to you. Not that you really had any idea how far away they were. And you see that Lord Skurlock is leering in your direction.
Does he have? So you say he's in all black and like a suit.
Yes.
Does he have like anything that's shiny, like a brooch, or like a badge, or anything that is on him?
Nope.
No.
He is in
Yeah,
a like a black long coat, black gloves, black like suit pants, a black filigree vest. You see that he has like a white shirt, like with a high collar and a black cravat. And he has a cane. The only thing you might see shining is like on his hand where he's holding the cane. The handle of the cane has a little glint to it, as if the top of the cane is metal.
And is Hawke wearing her police uniform?
Yeah.
A blue coat uniform.
Mhm.
He would then look up, he sees Lord Skurlock, looks to Hawke and says, do they refer to the police as officers? The blue coats as officers?
I would think so, yeah.
He would look at them and go, hello, officers? And he like sort of flicks his eyes between Hawke and Skurlock because he would never have met Skurlock.
You okay? And she will offer her hand to him.
And
Looks like you having a little bit of a fit there.
he fumbles with his words. I'm looking. I think I might have dropped something. And he like stops for a second, takes her hand, and sort of steps back up.
As you look down at your hands or look down at the ground to like kind of give the illusion that you are looking for something, you see that there are like cracks in the tips of your nails, and your fingers are like cut and like damaged from digging into the street, essentially. So it's like small like cracks of blood as you were basically digging through stone with your bare hand.
I mean, out of her
As
pocket. She pulls a handkerchief out.
He takes it and quickly tries to wipe off his hands. Thank you, officer. And he hands it back and then puts his hands into his pockets.
And she glances at Skurlock. All's well. Thank you for your concern, my lord.
He steps towards you, and you in the silence of this moment, you don't hear the sound where his heeled shoe hits the cobblestone. It is silent as he moves the distance you covered in a few steps. He moves that and is right next to the two of you. And as if you were not there, not dismissive, Hawke, but like as if you're just not there. He approaches you, Bo, and he places a gloved hand out in the way that like you would place a hand out to take someone else's in a dance, as if like he's like wordlessly asking for your hand. And whether you give it to him or not, he leaves his hand there. He says, "My boy, what did you see?"
He puts out his hand to shake it, because he would assume that would be the custom here. And his eyes dart to Hawke, hold there for a second, and then look back to Skurlock. I was just looking for something that I dropped.
So he has his hand kind of like this. So as you kind of put your has his hand like horizontal. As you put your hand in it, he'll rotate, shake it, and then twist your hand back to see what he wanted, which was your fingertips. To see that you were digging in the ground. And if you pull back, he lets go. There's no like pressure of him like holding your hand. And as you say, you were looking for something. He says, as was I. Were you drawn here?
I think for Bo, it's very obvious that he is confused as he keeps looking back to Hawke, as if I wish I had an answer from you. But
me?
knowing that he has to, well, because he's not a social boy, so he's constantly looking to Hawke for like, who the hell is this guy? And he goes, what did you lose? I can help you look.
Nothing that we'll find here in the streets. But listen closely. And he like glances back at you, Hawke, but it's like you can tell he's not talking to you. He's just sort of acknowledging that you're still here. And he says, "Do you hear that?"
Does he hear anything?
You don't hear anything, and that's the problem. It's very quiet here for a section of the city. First of all, a city. Also one where you are nearby the water. There should be sounds of water lapping. There should be sounds of the city around you, and it is very quiet.
Can I do a little roll for bullshit like I did before with
Try, yeah.
Like what I did when I was hunting for my victim and came up with Renfro?
Sure.
Or whatever his name is. I want so she like hands behind her back. She wants to like ting the metal of her blades together to see if basically to see if like the empty vessel can give her any kind of hint about this guy.
Oh. Interesting bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the bullshit that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a tune.
A what? Oh, a tune?
A tune. Yeah.
Even though I'd have nothing in it?
Yep. And so what it will do is it'll do it automatically for you on the character sheet, but what it will do is it will roll 2d6 and you'll take the lower of the options.
Risky or controlled? Or...
This is controlled and oh my god, it's been so long.
Standard?
It's dark. Standard,
Limited?
thank you.
Okay. Bonus dice, no. Oh, that's not good.
Okay. So you clang your blades together, and there is a just a very like sharp eye cut of Skurlock looking at you in a way that says, "Don't do that." In a way that says, like, with all the authority I have in me, don't do that. And then he turns back to Bo, as if waiting for your answer to his previous question.
So Bo takes a second, and then as he notices there is no sound, this is the point where he releases Skurlock's hand, because it would have been an awkward long handhold, and he turns around like in a loop, and he says, "I hear nothing, and I would like to try and attune to the ghost field to see if there's anything there that he detects."
Ooh, okay.
And he wouldn't try and hide it. So if doing that is obvious, he would be obvious with it.
Okay. It's as obvious as you want it to be, I think. So go ahead and roll me an attune.
So did I crit fail that because I had 0 dice? It says there take the lowest, but I
No,
still
you just a crit. There is no crit fail.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Risky, controlled, or desperate?
It is controlled standard. Actually, no. I think, given your current situation, this is going to be risky. Risky standard.
Risky standard.
Okay, a 5. A 5 on here is a little bit of back and forth. So what does it look like as you attune to the ghost field?
I think for Bo, like his eyes almost, they don't fully roll back into his head, but like his eyes will completely move up for half a second before he looks back down. And it's obvious that he's doing something not normal. I think it mostly be in his eyes. And as he's looking, if someone is observant, they would notice that he's not looking at what's there. So if there's a wall, you can see that he's looking beyond the wall rather than at physical objects.
My question for you is how composed does Bo tend to keep himself in all regards? Okay.
Pretty composed.
I would like a fortune roll here from Bo. We're gonna use let's see, what skill do you think Bo would use for keeping his composure?
Oh, I would love to say attune.
No, you
because and my argument for attune is none of the others make sense. As much as attune doesn't make sense. But for attune, it's what he does. In this moment, he is trying to understand if the ghosts are anything within the ghost field is causing a problem. It's his safety blanket for him.
I will take that. Anything below a 6 and Skurlock will notice something. Anything below a 4 and Hawke will notice something. So you can go ahead and make that. It's a fortune roll with 2 dice for a 2.
2 dice.
Oh,
double ones. Let's do it.
oh.
Wow.
Outstanding. So normally, as the GM, I get to narrate failures here, but Chris, I'm going to let you take this one. The ghost field is as you remember. There is a void around you. You can, now that you're like inside and sort of like you're more focused as you enter the ghost field, you can kind of see the edges of this black void, and that you know that you are near a focal point of whatever this is. You have no idea what this is. That alone is strange, right? However, the outline, the radiance, the whatever you want to call it, the aura of the person standing in front of you is nothing you have ever seen in the entirety of your compiled life. What is standing before you can only be described as a human by the barest of definitions based on what you are seeing in the ghost field. You have no other frame of reference for what this is. You just know you've never seen anything like this before. How do you react?
So for Bo, he looks around at the dark, and as he sees Skurlock, he sort of, his head moves back half a step, and he takes half a step back, and he reaches in and he'll grab his axe. He pulls it out from its scabbard and he flicks a few of the dials, and he looks at him and says, "Should I be worried?" As he hovers over, he's like moving the last of the dials on his axe.
So, Hawke, you see all of this. And at a minimum, Hawke, I would say, your Akarosi, right? Yeah. So, the Six Towers, the town you guys, the district you guys operate out of, was eponymously named for the six towers of there. To which, like, the Bowmore house, the Bowmore Manor was one of them. There were six great houses of Six Towers. Most of the people have left. The Bowmore house is still there, and the Skurlock Manor is still there. So Lord Skurlock, or the family Skurlock, is one of the six towers. So that's the level of influence and power this person has in the city. Like, if this person wanted to have a meeting with, like, the Lord Governor, he probably could arrange one the same day. And you watch as Bo pulls an axe and says, "Should I be worried?" as he seems to be defensively threatening to Skurlock.
Yeah, I think she's watching him, and she knows that Skurlock is like dismissing her, and she's okay with that in this moment. And it's kind of like everything else is like dropping away, and she just hears that white noise roar in her ears, and she's just watching, like, to see like what is happening here. Like, oh, something could be escalating, and she's just like feeling that tension rise. And then when Bo pulls his axe, it's like everything comes to a head, and then it stops, and Bo says what he says, and she takes a step towards him, and she says, "Bo, this is Lord Skurlock of Six Towers."
You hear that, but muted, because you're still, like, fully in the ghost field, sort of thing. So you can hear Bo talking, but it sounds like she's talking from the next room over, right? So you kind of hear that it's kind of like, "Oh, this is Lord Skurlock." And you hear very clear as a bell, "I have no reason to harm you. I was simply asking a question. What did you observe in this area?"
He visibly changes the dials on his axe and slowly starts to put it back. He turns his head half towards Hawke, but doesn't take his eyes off Lord Skurlock. He says, "Sorry, my lord. I didn't know who you were or what you were."
I didn't announce myself. I simply asked a question, my boy.
And he looks around. He says, "It's a void. There's almost nothing here." And he looks to the ground. There is something below, I feel.
Now that you are more in your senses than you were when you were digging through the ground, you see that the ground here matches the same sort of, like, bluish, hue of the ghost field. But you see that there are fragments, like, imagine, like, the way that seaweed kind of moves with a current underwater, right? There's, like, swaying. There's no current here in the ghost field. There's no, like, air or wind in the ghost field. But you see that there is something, like little tendrils of, like, almost smoke that are attached to the ground here, that are sort of swaying as if a breeze or current is moving them around. And with your previous successful attune, you look down and realize that these are, at least you think they are, fragments of ghost.
Of a ghost or ghosts, plural?
I would say at a 5 ghost. You don't have enough detail to know if it is one or several. But you just see like little wisps, swaying attached to the stone beneath you. Only right below you, and probably only like a, I don't know, 6 foot by 3 foot space.
He, with his axe put away, he looks to Hawke with a, do I keep talking? Does she respond at all if he looks at her?
I think she's looking back at him, and she's kind of like, because she doesn't know what he's doing, right, or why he's doing what he's doing. So she's looking back very intensely at him, but I would say from what time he spent with her, she's looking at him encouragingly.
Okay.
She has that look on her face like, what's going to happen next?
Okay, so she's not like, shut the hell up.
No.
Okay. Then he looks back to Skurlock and he says, there is, I think, you can't see them. And he kneels down and he brushes his hand through the fragments of ghost. He says, the fragments, he literally just brushes his hand through, like directly through them. The fragments of what looks to be a ghost.
As you brush your hand through this, they all feel the same in a way that like seems to indicate to you at least this is all the same entity. This is one ghost.
I think it's one, my lord. But fragments.
Do you know what occurred here?
He just shakes his head.
Someone died here.
And he looks down again at the fragments and says, I think more than just someone.
Typically, in this city, when you die, the bell rings. He makes a reference to the bell tower. The wardens arrive. The crows arrive. The bell tower crows. Your body is removed and you are incinerated. Crematorium. Destroying the body and the soul. That hasn't happened. Because there was no soul to destroy. Isn't that strange? Whoever died here, in this spot, died bodily. Their ghost was destroyed in the moment of their death. Isn't that interesting? Hawke, you can hear all of this clear as this is like
she's
a regular conversation to you.
She's gonna glance up because he looks down at the ground. She looks at the building. Is it in line with like the window? Like, because it said a body came through the window.
You imagine that if you were to, this is not in no way could someone fall out of that window. You would be much closer to the building if you fell. So this would have to be someone either jumped out of a window, or someone was thrown out of a window.
I correct me if I'm wrong. I thought the information we gathered was that someone was like 2 people came out and okay.
Yep. The distance at which they are standing is like congruent with that information. This is a force would have to propel you this far from the window to have landed, which does match your knowledge.
Okay.
He looks to you both and says, isn't that strange?
Do you have any information for? And he looks again at Hawke for the blue coats on what happened here.
You see. So actually, Hawke, you see him crack a very like tight-lipped smile, like borderline a smirk. And Bo, you see like it has the same effect of if you were underwater and turned and there was a shark. You see like that level of a smile in the ghost field, of like maybe too many teeth, also very too sharp for teeth, but you see a toothy smile. And he says very calmly and authoritatively, no, I wouldn't.
Since you've asked that again, he keeps looking back to Hawke and then back to Lord Scurlock. Do you need to be kept appraised of what we find?
If you would like.
And Hawke just kind of, we're not telling. She gives him a small little head shake, like we're not going to tell him shit.
Word will come back to me eventually. If you would like to make that easier for me, then I would appreciate it. But I won't force your hand.
Okay. We will look around.
He smiles again, and you see him. He was like sort of like bent a little bit forward as you had like knelt down. You see him straighten himself up, and he taps his cane, and he says, "Well, I will leave you to your investigation." And he glides away, leaving you to your investigation, officer, as quietly as he came.
So that was weird. And she kind of crosses her arms and points at the building, like the window. She says, the information we've gathered is that 2 people came crashing out of that window. And if you're saying something is here, it's roughly about where they would have landed. You okay? Your eyes kind of went for a second.
Oh, it's when I look in to see what the ghosts are doing in the city. He's not, and he looks down to wherever Scurlock went. He's not normal. He has a very strange presence in the ghost field.
Does she know? Would she have known anything like that? You're muted.
There are as many rumors as there are criminals in Doskvol about this man.
Yeah, well, I've heard he's a vampire, he's a succubi, he's the Tsarina of China. I've heard a whole multitude of rumors, so... But you're saying he's a ghost?
I've never seen a ghost like that, but he's also normal and walking around, and he's something odd.
And you know who he is, right?
Oh,
the Harbingers have to pay.
I've heard his name.
Yeah, we have to pay fealty to him.
Can we just pay him with information instead of money?
Sometimes, I guess. I don't think we paid him for our last score. And she turns and she will walk into the building. Into the house.
Wait a second. Looks down the road where Scurlock left, and then he follows.
Okay. You see, as you look down, gone. The two of you return to the main street proper and head into the building. Hawke, where are you headed? To the apartment in question?
Yeah, the apartment in question where I guess the murder took place.
Yeah. So you head up 3 floors, and you see that there is, like police, cordon, on the door, to, disallow anyone from entering. Um,
Mhm.
you see like the notice on the door under investigation, and you completely disregard that as
Yeah,
you
she
enter
opens
in.
the door and she lifts up the tape for Bo to walk under.
Mhm.
And then she,
As you enter into this place, a it's not um it's not trashed, right? But it is bad in here.
Mhm.
It is there things are a thick layer of dust in here. There are um uh articles of food on various surfaces that are um decayed to the point where they no longer smell. Um, the place is not in disarray. It's just as if somebody were here and then they weren't, and it just has been left here for an extended amount of time.
Is this like
Um,
an apartment building? So like this is one
yes,
dwelling
this is
inside a
one. Yeah,
building?
yes, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. You see that there are footpaths, well-worn footpaths through the dust, as if multiple. And they're all normal footpaths, like from the house to like where the kitchen area would be to like the bed. Like they all make sense. Nothing strange and out of place about the footpaths in here. It doesn't seem like there was a fight, which like your information indicated that like somebody was either thrown or two people were jumped out of a window,
Mhm.
which would sort of like raise your hackles that maybe a fight happened here. Um,
Mhm.
you don't see signs of a fight. You don't see signs of a break-in. You don't see signs of any sort of physical disturbance in here. However, there is a scent in the air that you are acutely attuned to. Um, a cloying, semi sweet, metallic smell, that you know very well as the smell of blood. Um,
Mm. You smell
and
that?
there is no anywhere you move in here that smell follows you.
Mm. She will take out a match or a lighter or whatever she would have and like light a lantern that's like on the table or something just to give some actual light.
Go ahead and roll me whatever skill you think you'll be using here as a like a perception. How are you examining the
Ba, 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 ba. It'd be survey. Controlled.
This will be controlled and this will be standard.
Okay. Yeah, so as she does that, she'd be like, smell that. It smells like old blood. Bonus dice? No? Nope. Shoot.
You light a match or you light a candle and you're looking around in here and you can see where like other blue coats had sort of come through, and like you see like a plate was like moved. You see like the circle of where the plate would have been in the dust, but
Mm.
nothing seems out of the ordinary, other than like things that the other police would have touched in their initial investigation. You're not seeing any blood. There's no like dark spots on the ground that would indicate like a dried blood was cleaned up from here. There's no like smears in the dust that would indicate something was wiped away here.
Do you see anything with your spirit vision?
Does Bo notice anything out of the ordinary in here then, Mike?
Go ahead and roll me a tune.
Controlled this time, I'm guessing?
Controlled and standard.
5.
5. Oh, the apartment is covered in blood. but not in a way that like a murder happened here or a crime. Well, I mean, a crime happened here, but like not in a way that's like there's not like blood spray and splatter or like pools of blood. Every flat surface in this house is covered in runic markings that are written in blood.
He keeps his hands in his pockets, and actually no, he would walk out and he put a hand onto Hawke's shoulder, and he says, "I don't know if you can see it outside, but if you look at the table, at the walls, at the floor, everything has markings in blood. Everything. If it's flat, it's got runes written in blood."
She
Do I
will,
recognize the runes?
yeah, she'll take a step back, like if she needs to see like a bigger picture. Like, is it the room? Like the whole room is one big, like, rune, or is it like little tiny runes everywhere?
You ever see like in movies where like the crazy guy is locked up in the single confined space in prison, and he like has the writings all over the walls?
Yeah.
It's like everything. It's like everything is probably like maybe hand sized like lines of symbols. Sometimes they're like larger ones. Obviously, none of this is visible to you, Hawke, but for Bo, the walls, the ceiling, the floor, the countertop, the cabinet, like literally everything that is a flat space that you could ostensibly write on is written on.
Do these runes look familiar, Mike?
On a 5,
the ones that he keeps are very specific to where he's from. I don't know if it's from where he's from or whether they are completely different.
I think on a 5, you would at least know that a majority of the runes are in the same way that the box you recently made was to hold something. These are like containment.
Right. He looks to Hawke and says, "The runes are on every surface." And he looks up at the ceiling and says, "It's on the roof, it's on the walls, it's on the door. Whatever those were to keep something in or out."
Fascinating. And she will walk over to the broken window. Is there anything written on the window?
It's broken, so no.
Are there any fragments of glass?
Actually,
Yeah.
I correct myself because you're looking at the ghost field. So you're looking at a memory of what was. The window is intact in the ghost field, right? You can't break a ghost window. So you would see that the window would have had writing on it. Obviously, the window is gone now, but in the real world, but you would see that there would be writing in the space that you know the window is.
He nods. Was the window closed or open in the ghost field?
It would be closed.
Closed. He nods and says, "Yes, it's covered in the same."
So 2 people went through this window, and if what Skurlock said, the person's ghost was killed upon death. Perhaps this containment was keeping them alive?
Or they were being kept in and someone took them out through the window.
Yes, but and then in doing so, their spirit was killed.
He just nods.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's a handy little skill that you have there, Bo. And when, Mike, when did this murder happen?
I believe recently, within the last like couple of days.
Okay. But also, one of the other symptoms of whatever's going on around here that people in the neighborhood are forgetting how to, or losing the ability to dream.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you know anything about dreaming? Is that connected to the spirits?
Not as far as I know. It's just something you do when you go to sleep.
I just wonder if this is connected, or how it's connected, if it actually is connected.
Well, whatever was in here and kept in here could be what's out there now and is causing other problems. And potentially whatever was in here killed the person who got them out, killed their ghost, and now they're free.
But what's his name? Attican mentioned something about a relic for the empty vessel. That's why we're here.
Does the relic have to be a thing? A physical thing?
I suppose not. I'm just going to read what I wrote on the first day. It says, Stealer of Dreams, a husk, something is emptying vessels by stealing dreams and creating husks. And several husks were
hollows.
Hollows, okay. I'll change that. And several hollows were found here? Okay. Well, maybe we should touch base with the others. I feel like I'm a little out of my depth on this one.
I don't like it in this room.
Fair enough. Let's say we make a break for it.
He nods. And he stops to think before he walks out the door of his own room, where he does the same thing.
Yeah, and she will turn off she will extinguish the light, and then she will hold the thing for him so he could go under, and then she will follow.
And I think we smash cut from here to the opera house. Where would you be? Because I think the conversation you Ish and Satyr you had at the Red Sashes was happening in roughly the same time as Hawke and Bo had headed to Crowsfoot. So where would the four of you, obviously Wren included in World of Warcraft follow mode, where would the group of you be having this like debriefing essentially in the opera house?
Well, from what I remember, Ish and I went to the dojo.
Yep, the Red Sash Sword Academy.
The Red Sash Sword Academy, and then we went to the crime scene.
And that's
and
true.
Then we headed back. So
yes.
From a timing perspective, I mean, and then we headed back. So I don't know relative to how long they were there. I mean, it could be that we kind of did our sweep outside and then they come out and we go, oh shit, you guys were inside the whole time, or we.
No, I think in the time you were at, for timing's sake, I think the time you were at the crime scene is probably when Hawke and Bo were at the police station.
We're at the thing. Okay.
And then you headed back and you sort of like made a triangle as you just shipped. Yeah.
Okay. Then as soon as we were done, and clearly we didn't take very long because I don't remember. I know I didn't find anything. I don't remember if Ish found anything, even nothing.
I don't believe you guys did.
Then we were just going to head back to the opera house, and so we would kind of be there shortly after they did. They went back if they headed back.
Okay. So yeah, we find the group, the Harbingers, as they are called, back into the opera house. I would imagine possibly the war room, as Wren has sort of dubbed this, where you have a large map of the city with Wren's carved pieces on the board, um, representing different factions of the city. Um, so yeah, I would imagine the four of you are sort of gathered around this table. The five of you really are gathered around this table, um, ready to spill whatever information you have combined.
Well,
Well, we ran into Lord Skurlock. He seemed quite interested in what Bo was seeing.
clearly on the street.
Mm-hmm.
The man himself.
Well, that is
Oh,
that's an interesting.
I have a feeling he was drawn to the spot just as Bo was, as Crow's Foot is not his usual haunting grounds.
What do you mean, drawn? Bo?
Well,
I tuned, and then there was a dark patch within the ghost field, and I felt compelled to a point in somewhere. It turns out it was in Crowsfoot, and when I eventually came round, Lord Skurlock was wanting to know what I saw.
Where in Crowsfoot was that?
Right outside the boarding house.
Ah, Ish and I were there as well, but we certainly didn't see anything like you were describing.
oh. What was it that you saw, Bo, that you were so interested in?
It was a void, which is very unheard of. Like, there was nothing. It was just darkness. And then once I was able to control myself more, it was as if a ghost had been broken down into fragments, and these fragments were on the ground. And also, the Lord Skurlock isn't a people.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. But this broken down, it's not. I assume that's not normal.
Not that I've seen before.
I think ooh, I have to refresh my memory on Aruvian practices. But I think you would know, because I think the first time it would happen would be strange enough for like you to ask questions. So you would know that here within the bounds of Doskvol, within the lightning barrier, there is the Bellwether Crematorium. The Bellwether Crematorium is of course run by the Spirit Wardens, and when a death happens, a bell tolls for everyone around the corpse will hear boom, like a bell toll, and typically that is followed by literal crows, and shortly thereafter by Spirit Wardens who will cart off the body, bring it to the crematorium, and dissolve the spirit in cleansing fire, because if left unattended for a varied amount of time, the spirit will come out of the body, and there will cause a haunting. And people would like to. The reason there is basically a lightning fence around the city is to keep ghosts out. So having ghosts inside the city is bad news. So the Spirit Wardens, their whole job is to stop shit like that from happening. Which is why, like, the trade in spirit trafficking, in the spirit bottles you had in your last mission, is such like an underground thing.
Do we have any ideas on why the death would be so different in this case?
Well,
Something with the soul, maybe.
Bo was able to discover up in the room that the entire room is encased in containment runes
In blood.
in blood. It's not something that I could have seen.
Ish and I heard talk of creature, something stealing dreams, which we had also heard about earlier as well. Remind me, dream stolen. What's the result of that?
The Eater of Dreams?
Yes, something like that. Something
you
about
become-
losing the soul, draining the soul.
You become a shell, no?
A hollow.
A hollow.
Eh, negative.
And if a hollow were to die, they would not have a soul anymore, no?
A hollow is a person walking around
Oh,
without
yeah.
a soul.
Without a soul.
I think anyone who traffics in the occult of that level, like Bo specifically, would know that typically hollows are like what we would consider like maybe like a dumb automaton, right? Like it's not an intelligent creature. It's very easy to control. If somebody were to exert control over a hollow, it wouldn't be very hard to do. However, if a hollow is acting sapient and of its own free will, that's strange. Usually they're kind of like docile, not very dangerous. But one acting of its own free will and in a aggressive manner would be strange. Or someone controlling it would be a point of interest.
I'm just please.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I think wasn't that a detail that we had found out that this hollow was behaving more intelligently?
Mhm.
Okay.
So
So-
perhaps theory. We've heard of a relic that can steal dreams. If a hollow has no soul, no free will, and they were to come into contact with a relic that, say, could allow them to steal dreams and therefore drain soul, would that not give the hollow some sort of soul or possible piece of a soul that might imbue them with some self-will, perhaps like an antidote for some amount of time? And because there are more murders occurring, more deaths going on over time, perhaps this hollow is trying to keep itself alive by eating the souls of other people. Keep
Yes.
itself sentient, not alive, sentient.
A soul vampire.
Yeah. See. Yes. Perhaps.
Interesting.
Or maybe I'm just talking of things I should know more about, particularly as a member of the Harbingers and a follower of the Empty Vessel. Should probably know more about these things.
Funny enough, you should have seen the look Lord Skurlock gave me when I tried to ping the empty vessel in his presence. If looks could kill. Needless to say, he did.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah.
Needless to say, he did
Smile.
react to my ping, but he didn't seem happy about it. Anyway,
His smile towards you was creepy. It was larger
For
than
the
life.
moment, I think it is in our interest to keep on the positive side of Lord Skurlock.
Indeed. Though, and she looks at both. Though I am not sharing any information with him as of right now,
Did he?
or I
ask
don't think we
for-
should.
Did he ask for information from us?
He asked to be kept apprised
If we felt like
if we felt like it.
If we felt,
He was very diplomatic about it. He was very curious, and he was also his interests also seemed piqued that the that the soul appeared to be dead and that the wardens were not summoned.
he's assessing us.
I
He's
shouldn't be
attempting.
doing all the talking.
You are. Well, you should when you have things to say, you should talk.
Yes, Bowen, you are clearly the expert in this matter.
This is.
He and Skurlock.
We do not have your sight.
Yes, Skurlock did not pay me any attention. Rightly so, because
Well,
if you had
in
not
this
been there,
instance,
I wouldn't have found anything.
which is where Ish and I resulted, sadly.
I also have written in my notes from you guys talking to your contact. He said something about the Black Sun. Do you remember what that is? Black Sun, creatures devouring, lost ability to dream. I have written in my
Oh
notes.
yeah, I mean, I remember the rest of that, but not the Black
Yeah.
Sun reference. But
I don't think the Black Sun was relevant. So the sun is black. Like there
It's
is
black,
no sun.
Oh, okay.
In Doskvol, it's nighttime all the time.
all the time.
So the sun raises for like a little bit of time and then it's gone. And the sun is black. That's why it's perpetually night.
It's like a black hole. So.
Like a black hole sun.
Black hole sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were to call someone's name through the cream, maybe something would happen.
Okay.
I gotta bring up Spotify now. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Now, if we could go to our Spotify play. Oh, right.
Yeah, Spotify playlist. Go ahead and put on
Spotify
Black Hole Sun.
Kendall, we do have a Spotify playlist for Blades
Yeah.
that Mike put together.
Yeah,
If you don't have that, we
I'll
should send that.
throw
to
a
you.
link.
But Black Hole Sun is not in the playlist.
Absolutely not.
As
Absolutely
of
not on it.
right now.
It's all,
As of right
it's all instrumental.
now. It's
I'm actually
It's
adding
been-
it now. I'm putting it on.
It's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Black Hole
Um,
Sun. Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
See, where were we? Oh, yeah. All that tracks.
And the whole point of this is Anakin wanted this relic.
No. Anakin, just to clarify, Anakin just found weird stuff. And you asked if he had any weird stuff, and he said maybe this is weird.
Well, I think it was pretending.
We were interested in the relic because it's we thought it was related to the empty vessel.
Yes, that's what I have written down at least.
Anakin is interested in all weird shit, so that's sort of a blanket statement.
Yes, fair enough.
Got a cool room for him to go live in.
Somehow
sure.
better than his current room.
I'm sure he would be really interested in taking a field trip.
But you said there were binding runes in the upstairs room. Perhaps whatever is doing this, or whomever is doing this with potentially our relic, I'll say our relic, broke free through the window, maybe killing its captor.
That's what
There's
I
two possibles. It was either keeping something in or keeping everything else out.
Yes.
Yeah.
We would need to see other crime scenes if they had similar rooms. Is that something that you could find out, Hawke? About the other
Crime
scenes?
scenes? Sure, I could look into that. We could also talk to the people who are losing the ability to dream.
Let's make sure we are
Maybe.
not one of them.
Yes, I don't know how that happens, but
I think you would be able to track that information through the Blue Coat office. And I think that probably would have been a relevant thing that Hawke would probably have asked.
Yeah.
All of the people who are obviously the Blue Coats don't give a shit if you can't dream. Oh, it sounds fucking horrible.
yeah, they're like,
It's not a
"Ooh."
crime. Your inability
for
to sleep
you.
properly is not a crime.
It's like I don't have
but
dreams either, Dad. Okay, whatever.
Insomnia is not a crime. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. But you would have been told that the complaints had all come from that apartment,
Oh,
like
okay.
the area around that apartment complex or tenement house.
And what about the other hollows?
There is so much like the report on the intelligence of this hollow. It's all rumor. The police the Blue Coats have had no substantial lead. No hollows have been found. People have said that like their people they have known have been acting differently. They've been like acting unlike themselves. They have been acting like they weren't there or sort of like out of it. Which people have attributed superstitiously to like to hollows. But the Blue Coats, there's nothing in the report about that, so no hard evidence has been found.
Well, we could end up going back to the boarding house. Good straight up talking to people.
Bo,
And-
do you think if we start from the boarding house room, follow the trail outside to the street, do you think your sight could be used to track where one of the two out the window went, the one that did not have their body and soul scattered to the winds?
Mike, remind me, when we were outside, would there have been any evidence of a direction that someone or something had gone? Because it was like deathly silent. Was there anything more than the fragments on the ground?
There was not, other than the black hole and the fact that you were digging down.
Okay. There, where I was, other than in that room and the small space around me, it was just darkness. But I wanted to go down underneath so we could try the catacombs.
Sewers or the catacombs, maybe?
Yeah.
That is at least a lead. And if I was a soulless hollow stealing dreams to keep myself alive and say kicking, that might be a place that I would want to be.
Mm-hmm.
It would give me the freedom of movement.
You a fan of sewer diving ish?
Hey, it's not in my top 3, but
They're not bad here.
Oh, come on, Ish. You know, just dress the part and you will do fine. Stay with us.
well, I guess if there is no other choice or no other option or anybody else better suited for the task at hand.
Every new location is a new place for you to strive. That's all.
Yes, stinky smell of sewer, very variety place.
There is no filth that cannot be washed away.
Yes, no filth can be unfilthed.
Satyr's always looking for the silver lining in a situation.
He's trying to church up, put me in a sewer again.
It's like a fun sewer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not go that far.
It's like a good time, sewer.
Yeah. So we will head back that way.
Okay.
We'll call it catacomb, not sewer. We
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
catacombs.
It could be a sewer, but let's start
Catacombs are
with
much
catacomb.
more
Oh,
mysterious.
Let's
Catacomb,
think a
I've
little
been in
positivity here.
catacombs. I can do catacombs.
Yeah, we'll call it catacombs.
They are catacombs. They are.
I can definitely do catacombs.
It's much more ominous and cool sounding than sewers.
That's it.
Yes, of course. So you're gonna head back to the catacombs of Crowsfoot. Is that what I'm?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm picking up here?
Is there anything we want some of our acolytes to be looking into other than holding down the opera house?
Other than Renfro?
Yeah, keep an eye
No,
on
you
him,
have
sure.
I believe you have a
We have a small
what do you
crew.
call it?
We have a small crew.
Yeah, you have a small.
We
crew.
just always forget about them, so I thought I'd remind
Fillmore?
us all that we have a crew. Is there
Don't know
anything
why
we
I'm
want to
calling
do with him?
Renfro. Fillmore.
You know,
His-
perhaps.
well, his name is Fillmore Renfro.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Perhaps some of them can, I don't know, ask some questions in Crowsfoot. Some other
I
people.
don't really think Fillmore is
I don't mean him.
up to snuff yet.
He needs more seasoning, more cooking time.
Yeah. He needs to marinate a little longer. Yeah.
Indeed. Yes, before
More
you eat
cooking
him alive, Hawke.
Well, he's either going to be a prime cut of meat or he won't.
I am not one to judge anyone else's appetites. That's not. That would not be in line with where I fall. I don't know. Perhaps a quick change of clothing and a trip to the catacombs. We see what we
Yeah,
can find.
Hawke with her jacket, and then she's Hawke. Yeah.
Reveal.
Spinning
Yeah.
a secret Wonder Woman.
Yeah, anime style. And then she's like, so her Hawke persona is, so she no longer has the blue coat outfit, but she's kind of got like this Southern Gothic look about her. So she's got the long leather duster and like leather pants and boots, and she's got like a wide brim hat on, and she it hangs low over her face. And then for when Bo and Satyr would know when you guys are on their mission, she has a mask that she wears that's like birdish.
As much as I do appreciate a woman in uniform, I have to say the mystery of your Hawke gear is quite attractive in its own right. So well done, Hawke.
She tips her hat.
Yes, real hot.
Yes. As are Bo's muscles. Bo, you going to be revealing your muscles for our trip today, or will they remain hidden under piles of clothes?
You're not supposed to go outside without your shirt on.
No, that's fair.
Satyr doesn't go by the no shirt, no shoes, no service rule.
No, generally, I often have to service without those three things.
I love the fact that Bo, are you going to like grace us with your muscles? Is both like a genuine question from Satyr, but also no one can tell if that was a flirt or like where we stand on the spectrum of like how are you asking? Like, how are we, what why? Do you want to know? I love that.
Hey, we must all look the part.
Yeah,
so Satyr will go change himself and put on something more appropriate for spelunking versus creeping around on the streets. But it's not much different, really. But he says he's got to change.
Something a little bit lowbrow.
Yeah, something a little more.
A little bit though.
Something that is a little less noticeable, as it were. So a little more creepy. So.
Since we're doing a fashion montage, what is Ish wearing?
You know, I was trying to think of that. He's just gonna keep his coat on and take the tassel on his hat and move it backwards.
More
Okay.
aerodynamic that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
In case he's
doesn't
gonna run.
so he doesn't get in the way and he doesn't mistake it for a spider dropping in his face.
That's important.
It's like switching your Crocs into sport mode. You gotta.
Yeah. For running. Yep.
Yeah. Satyr comes back, mostly black leathers, some boots.
I don't think it's that kind of party, my friend.
Well, it depends on how tight the leather is.
Riding Crocs.
It's just like hear the leather squishing each other.
It's not the shiny leather. This is the brushed,
okay. You hide
Yes,
that.
yes.
The more casual leathers.
Yeah.
Do you need a ball gag? What is this?
No, perhaps stealth might be important.
That's extra. All right, so we make our way down.
So yeah, we will cut. We'll cut from here down into. Let's see. Put a looky loo on our map here. We'll cut here down into. I would say into Crow's Foot, into like the Bagley area, which you would know is I believe that black territory. Oh no, I'm sorry. Bagley is Red Sash territory. So you would head across Candle Bridge, out of Six Towers, across into Charter Hall, across Candle Bridge into Crow's Foot, and into the district of Bagley. Where you know there to be like an entrance to the catacombs by one of the waterways in Bagley. Unfortunately, this is not one of the areas that you guys have mapped out or have begun mapping out. I believe because you are performing a mapping of Six Towers. So the catacombs under Crow's Foot are largely unknown to you. However, as a friendly reminder, you do know that there are 3 factions at work in Crow's Foot that are currently in war. And as you are attempting to use the catacombs for your own illicit affairs, so too to other criminals. So the catacombs are not like an empty, barren place. There may be people of your similar ilk about in here. It
funny.
is a known unknown kind of thing.
Satyr would definitely then try to do his best to keep not only himself but the group out of sight from anybody else that we might run into. So essentially
then
going as
Hawke
stealthy as
puts her
possible.
mask on.
How are you going about searching the catacomb?
Well, first of all, would they be designed the similar way as Six Towers, or is it like a separate city in the sense that like, yeah, or like
they're similarly structurally.
Okay.
I think the key thing for Satyr would be to try to get as close to
the spot
under the spot where
Yeah.
Bo said that he was digging. And
Okay,
then Satyr will recommend or ask Bo if we have to use his site, if we can't kind of get close, like that kind of thing. But he would withhold that until necessary.
Gotcha. Who is leading the way back to Bo's? Or I mean, everyone knows where it is. So who is leading the group through this way? You'll
I'm
be the
pointing at Bo because I think he's the quote unquote expert right now for the spirits, but specifically catacomb splunking. So.
And then I will be doing my best to keep everybody quiet. So.
Yeah. A side note: would it be easier to go street level to the location and then try and find a spot a way down from there?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can we do that instead, Mike?
Sure.
Closest catacomb entrance to the site. Yeah.
Yes,
Cataclysm. Well, let's not assume things are going to go that badly.
Well, you know, Who's to say? Not me, that's for sure. It's all your dice rolls. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you head into actually no, the closest place is Bagley.
Oh, really? Okay, that's not close.
Yeah. So if we look, like, let me see if this works. If I ping, I focus ping, boop, and I move you all over here. That's
Okay,
where
that's not that
Bagley is.
far. Okay.
Yeah. So Bagley is the next district, like the next like neighborhood over. So you would enter in that waterway. Like if I were to use my pointer here, you would enter in like this waterway here has an entrance, and so you just have to get through.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty straight shot.
So who would like to make the roll to see how good or bad you are at finding your way?
Well, I think Bo should roll, and then can he get a bonus for Wren? Because isn't Wren also a tracker?
I like how deftly G just throws you under the bus, Chris.
Well,
Yeah, I
correct me
can't
if
track for shit, but okay.
Oh no! Okay, if you can, if you cannot, then
Well, what would the roll? Are we
not.
talking? Would that be hunt?
Yeah, like Wren's
it's whatever you think.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe I don't know. Hunt maybe.
Sure. If you think that's the role that would help you, track.
I mean, me personally, no, I don't have a jack shit in hunt, but I'm sure either Hawke or Bo does. So.
Yeah, it's entirely up to you. You sell me a skill.
You're a cop. You don't have hunt. Sorry, give me a hard time.
No, I do not have hunt. I have prowl.
Yeah, she's a murderer masquerading as a.
I have prowl, but that's because I'm a freaking thief, right?
She also has profile and
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Bo,
Unless I
maybe.
can roll prowl. Prowl about unseen and traverse obstacles, climb, swim, jump, swim, and tumble, ambush with close violence, backstab, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Same. I
mean, the only one I can
Prowl's
argue.
my strongest too, but.
What were you gonna say?
Study? Is anybody good in
The only one I can argue for myself would be survey.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I have survey as well.
I think we all have one in survey. Has anybody got two?
I've got two in survey.
All right. Kendall, lead the way. Eesh, which direction?
And
You're used to creeping around.
This is a group roll or a group a help check, so you can get I believe it's 2. You can get 2 bonus die for the accompanying.
So that would be so if we have Ish at least like help with the direction, that's 2, and then I guess the other 3 of us, if we can help as many 2 of us helping, that's 2 more, right? That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
So who wants to roll? Is it going to be Ish or?
I'll roll. So
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me a survey. It's going to be risky standard, and you'll get a bonus die of 2.
risky standard.
Nice.
5, 3.
Oh yeah, you got 5s. So a 5 is a mixed success. Excuse me. You are fairly easily able to navigate your way back to. Obviously, there's no like underground street signs, right? It's more of like a feeling. You do back yourself into a corner. You get spun around a couple times. You actually like loop back in on yourself a few times, but you get to where you believe roughly the center of Fog Hollow is, and that's kind of where you know the crime scene to have been. So you believe you're in the vicinity, and you've passed people. There are people living here, unhoused. There are some illicit activities happening in here, but like everyone is also here for not good reasons. So no one's like, as long as you don't stick around and linger for too long, no one talks to you or they want to do their own business as well. So no one is like grabbing your attention or, you know,
they're also prowling around.
Yeah, they're also being creeps.
Yeah.
But you guys get to roughly where you believe the center of Fog Hollow to be.
Okay. And then she will like kind of step aside and let motion Bo through. It's like, all right, friend, do your thing. And then she's gonna like.
Do we
she's
see
gonna-
anything mundane first? Like, or
Yeah.
is it just
Can we?
people
roll?
Yeah,
underneath
go
and-
ahead. So I'll say on a survey that Ish rolled. What do you see in this area? 5 is a success. There are no people here in this area. It is as traveled as any other parts of the catacombs. Like there are footprints in the mud and muck. This is not sewers as was previously. The sewers are below the catacombs. But there, if there are sewers, I don't remember how Victorian plumbing works. But there is a certain lack of activity here, as if like there has not been recent activity here. There are no people around. Nothing seems like out of the ordinary here physically. Like nothing's broken or smashed or like stored here. It does seem like just any other part of the catacombs. Other than the fact that like it seems like no one has been through here in probably like a couple days. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you see on first glance.
So then, yeah, Bo?
And she still kind of nudges Bo with her elbow.
Mike, how
Yeah.
quiet is it sound-wise?
Fairly quiet. Yeah, I mean, you can hear like the drip of like a wet pipe or like moisture overhead. You can like a bloop. You can hear like close sounds. Maybe like the squeak of a rat as it like scurries by. But like, you don't hear any chit chat. You don't hear any. But there's also no like sound being suppressed. Like you can hear your own feet on the ground. But like it is fairly quiet.
It's not like when I was with Skurlock where it was deathly silent.
It's close. It's noticeably quieter here.
Okay. Then he would try and attune to the ghost field in this area
Go ahead and roll
to
me.
see if anything is out of place.
Go ahead and roll me a tune.
And she kind
This
of
will be risky standard.
Risky standard.
when she gives Ish and Satyr like a little smack, just be like, "Hey, watch this."
And
He
when we-
says
and
his
when we
eyes
hear
kind of
that-
roll back and stuff, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And when we hear the rat squeak, Satyr turns to Ish and just goes, shh, and then winks.
Nice
As you
roll.
do, as one does. Your eyes flick back in your head, as they do, and you enter, or you begin to see. Your vision extends to the ghost field. You see the memories of the catacombs around you, similar but slightly different. Things are in different places. The walls look better or worse depending on where you're looking here. And you see something strange above you. As you sort of look around, taking the scene in, you see those same little smoke wisps that you saw in the ground. And you also see that it looks like if you were to imagine the ghost field is like a sheet placed over old furniture, right? Imagine someone tore a rip, like a sliver in it. So above you, you see as if someone ripped a slice of fabric into the roof of this place. And you see the wisps of tendrils of like shattered ghost. You're not really sure what to call that. But you see that above you and a rip straight through.
Can you see anything inside of that rip?
You see that it goes up. You can see like the ghost, like basically like the ghost field version of like what's between you and the street.
Okay.
I will say on a 6, you can see that it tapers like a triangle, and with a 6, you get the impression that it is closing itself, which is why you couldn't see it from the top.
Okay. He would walk up to it and he would touch his hand on that part of the ceiling if he can reach it.
Mhm.
And he looks back to the others and says, whatever came off out of that window was above us, and it came all the way through to here. It ripped a hole through
You're certain it
everything,
came
at least
through?
in this space. It's healing. The ghost field is healing here, but it
Oh.
ripped through, and he looks down. Is the floor the ground solid?
Well, this would be a floor. I'll say floor. It's not dirt. You know, there's like a stonework here. The floor here is solid.
He looks down and says, I don't think it went any further down. And he looks either direction in the catacombs. One direction.
Do you
Oh, and I apologize. I would be remiss if I didn't mention you obviously see the void.
above us?
You're in it in the same way that like in the road, Bo was in the void. You're now beneath the road, so you're still in that void.
He looks at them and says, we need to pick a direction. It's that. This is all I can see here.
Interesting. She looks around because
first
obviously
point,
she
yeah.
sees nothing. But so you think it literally went through and broke out, and fascinating.
But not in
Later.
a physical world.
Of course.
Not in a physical sense. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I don't think it was a physical thing. Like, if I took Ish and I forced him through the floor, it would leave a hole and you'd be able to physically see it. But it's not a physical hole. It's a spiritual hole.
So what exactly are we chasing then? A spirit? A loose spirit?
Perhaps.
Let's
start. Satyr will start looking at the ground and just seeing if we can see anything that may have come through spiritually, but then re-manifested in the physical, just to see if there's any tracks or anything that looks out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And he'll
Yeah.
mumble something about, let me see if perhaps something re-manifested after it came through the spiritual hole, and just start looking around.
I love
Just
that.
looking
word,
for
calling it
something to
just a
track.
spiritual hole. What skill would assist you in tracking this?
Probably survey, I think.
Yeah, I can
yeah.
see survey. Go ahead and roll me survey.
Yeah. Anybody want to help me?
I can help. Yeah.
Okay. You got a bonus die?
Okay. Let's go ahead. Is that a survey roll or a fortune roll?
It's a survey roll.
Survey. Okay.
You know, so
And
Hawke would be like crouching and
position.
looking.
It's going to be controlled standard.
Controlled standard. Gotcha. And then one bonus die. 2 5s. So 5.
Okay. Perfect.
That's pretty
you sort of get close to. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. You see a set of footprints that seems to be a little deeper than others, which would either indicate that like it landed heavier, or it was in one position for a long amount of time, for it would like sink in and settle.
Sure.
But you succeeded, so you can describe the scene and how that looks of you finding these tracks.
Cool. Well, I guess the first off is as he's looking, he say, "Oh, Hawke, look at this. This is deeper. Perhaps something landed heavy."
Hmm. She
and I
puts
wanna-
her foot next to it to judge a size.
Yeah, look at size, and does it look like a shoe or a barefoot or something unnatural?
It looks like a shoe, and it looks like a average sized, so slightly bigger than yours, Hawk. So it looks like an average sized men's shoe.
Yeah, I don't know if we could get this with a 5, but is there a cane mark?
There's not.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. Does it? Is it move?
Yeah, it heads off in a direction.
Great.
You're able to follow it.
Is there anything else we want to see here, or I would like to see where this goes?
Well, can you see anything? Can you see this footprint in the
What's
spirit
your
world?
Specialized see.
Bo, you cannot. I mean, you can see it because you can still see the actual world around you, but there's nothing unique or untoward about this.
I'm sorry,
No.
Ish. What did you say? Ish? Yeah.
I was just asking what Bo's specialized could see.
Sorry, I didn't.
What do your ghost eyes see, Bo?
Nothing more than you.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
apart from the darkness. There is nothing else here. And Bowie is going to stop attuning to the ghost field at this point.
Okay. You watch it like sort of fade away. Do you follow the tracks here?
Yeah. Well done, Bo. Well done. Let's see
You-
what's this can find us.
You begin to follow the tracks under the city, weaving your way deeper into Six Towers. Sorry, not Six Towers. Jesus. Into Crow's Foot. You're fairly certain the direction you're headed with the previously successful survey rolls. You're headed away from the Red Sash territory, so you're headed more west towards the actual towards one of the primary rivers, the Silk, in Doskvol. So you're headed west more towards like Lamp Black territory, and the underground sort of reflects that, right? You're seeing like more Lamp Black, references under here, or like what are those called? Like the symbols you'd see like painted near like a train truck that says like safe passage this way. Like, you see these kind of marks here, these underground criminal markings here that sort of point towards destinations that would be useful to the Lamp Blacks in Lamp Black like colors and script. And you find yourselves headed towards the river. In a like northwesterly kind of direction, and you notice that the footprints seem not like certain. They don't seem like they know where they're going. There's a lot of like stopping or like turning and then heading back on track. In fact, one of the times you actually loop back on yourself, as if the things you're following, the footsteps you're following, did not know where they were going either. You also get to a point where you see, with those previous successes, you see what is. You're fairly certain that the multiple sets of footprints here, several of them look like the same, as if it traveled this path multiple times. And as you make your way through the catacombs west of Crow's Foot, you find yourself finding an area where the tracks double back on themselves several times, as if traveled back and forth in this area. And you see that section of footprints leads to a like a room almost, like like an archway that leads to like a what was probably like a larger set of the catacombs, like like another like main thoroughfare. But the back half of that has collapsed. However, the collapsed thoroughfare of the catacombs is not what concerns you. It's the half dozen people standing in.
Oops.
They are not moving. They do
Oh.
not register that you are there, and they do not make any sound that would have indicated that there were people in here until your light, whoever has a lantern, until the light turned the corner and shone on them. There was no indication to say, "Hey, there are people in here."
Yeah, they're standing in the dark,
They are standing in the dark.
backs to us.
Nope, just like random directions. They are facing. They're not all facing the same direction. They're not all facing, away from you, or they're just sort of standing there, eyes sort of glazed, just sort of
So nightmare
existing upright in a room.
You're muted, John.
And here would be our hollows.
Shh. Do they react at all to the light? And are they awake? Like, are their eyes open or are they
Their
closed?
eyes are open.
Do their pupils dilate when the light shines on them?
They do not.
Fascinating.
Well, my friends,
Is-
we are now surrounded by empty vessels.
A treasure trove.
Oh,
Oh, Ish, you are learning so quickly.
Is there anything on the floor, Mike? In amongst them?
Nope.
Wow.
Rubble from the collapsed stairway, and they are, for whatever it's worth, they are. They're not like dressed similarly. They are all dressed, obviously, but they are dressed. The closest similarity to their dress is that they seem like they are poorer than you guys. They seem like they are
Scrubs?
of low income enough that they would be perhaps residents of a tenement house.
Yes. So the footsteps that we were following, do they belong to somebody in this room?
Yes and no. The footprints you were following lead to and from this room several times. And you see that I will say there's enough movement in this room to see that like footprints went to wherever the people are, in that they have feet and walked.
So it's not like footsteps, and then they end, and there's two pairs of legs there.
Correct.
Okay.
There. It seems as though whatever was bringing the whatever this is
Something
here,
was
whatever
shuttling
is
them.
no longer here.
Right. Perfect.
Well.
Yeah, so Roxandra will step forward, and she's just going to walk carefully among them, trying not to touch them if she can. And she's just going to be inspecting them and maybe, is there any point to studying them or surveying them? A survey for people? Studying as a person. So is there any point to studying, do I think?
I don't know how to answer that question
Tell me
for
what
you.
I feel like.
I don't know. I don't know how you feel. Sure.
Yeah, okay, I'll study them. And
Okay.
she's gonna walk around. She's holding the light and see what she can see.
Okay.
Does-
Go ahead and roll me a study with controlled limited.
Limited.
Does anyone recognize any of these peoples?
Ooh, a 6.
6.
Yay.
I will say no. Unless I don't think so. I don't think anyone recognizes anyone here.
No.
I don't think anyone here has a reason to recognize.
I see not.
Hawke, there is nothing overtly unique about any one of these people. This could be anyone in this room, could be any other face you see on the street. They do not have a like the only like shared characteristic they have that like everyone has is low income. No, they're not like all have the same hair color, all have the same eye color, all the same. Like there's nothing that would tie them all together, other than the fact that they are low income of some capacity, which accounts for a large amount of people in the city. Frankly, they are with a 6. There's no struggle. There's no like defensive or offensive wounds or bruising on the people. That seems like untoward. Like there's no like hand grab marks that would like indicate someone grabbing you. There's nothing like their fingers are, you know, appropriately dirty and not like scratched and bloody. There's no like wounds on them. There's no torn clothing. If not for how weird they look being here with glassy eyes and reactionless pupils, you would almost think they walked here of their own volition.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna.
You make a sound, which I believe is the first sound made in this room, and you see all of the heads turn slowly towards you.
Nightmare fuel. Okay. She's
Is that the noise she makes?
No. That's the noise.
all of her cool exposure goes. "Ugh,
Yeah.
ugh."
Negative
I know,
aura.
I know, I murder people, but yucky.
Yeah. Okay, she does that. They all turn to look at her. Yeah, so she's just holding up her hand, and then they all look, and then she looks to the guys. And she's gonna do a curling poke.
Very timely.
You know, with the strength of a Canadian curler, they rock it against the wall.
Yeah.
Blasted back.
The old knuckle.
Yeah. Now you where do you poke the person? Like in the forehead or like the nose? What do you?
Well, clearly in the granite.
In the granite.
Rocks.
You poke this person's granite and they sway, like in a way that in a way that if you were to poke something that doesn't control its own balance, you sort of poke this thing and it sort of like rocks a little bit, just enough that like equals the force in which you poke them with.
Okay.
It rocks a little bit and then returns to its like center.
It doesn't react physically.
Yeah.
On its own. Okay.
But you do see a very what I assume you'll think is gross, a very slow blink.
Not that gross. Okay.
It's very as it stares glassy eyed at you.
So Satyr will kind of quietly say, Hawke, what's was the times in between the events, the murders, any missing persons roughly? Do you know?
There's no missing people as far as I can tell. There was people who made the accounts of weird things happening, but I don't think anyone has been reported missing. But if these are all,
I would guess these are all people that were losing their dreams and have lost them all. But I ask because if we know that this is some sort of hollow holding area, worst case, we just watch and be patient, and eventually our thing of interest will come to check on their stash.
Do any of you think you would have some level of like, I don't want to say like medical training, but like any sort of like biological study?
Does murder count?
It would count in like a perhaps like a surgery kind of way. So not in this instance.
Like I'm not a Dexter type of person. Like I'm not that calculated. I'm a lot more messy.
Then no, I don't think it would then in that case. No, like more of like a Actually,
Satyr might have like a textbooky biology, like whatever is known at the time kind of
Yeah.
thing. Is that like a general education, but
I was gonna
not
say Satyr.
anything, not anything like specialized, right? That would
I was
just
gonna
be-
say Satyr for a completely different reason.
Oh, okay.
Yours feels more PC than my response. Satyr
Satyr knows knows a lot about the
Satyr
human
examines
body.
a lot of bodies. Wink, wink. Satyr.
The outsides mostly is what we're talking about. It's really,
Yeah.
I'm the insides, he's the outsides.
well, it's okay. I'm not gonna.
I'm
we'll
trying
say
to-
PC.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a way that's not dehumanizing or gross.
It's Satyr.
Satyr.
You're gonna be fine.
Satyr, what skill do you think would help you appraise a person physically for your own appetites normally?
Let's see. I was gonna say in this case, Tinker. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Hunt?
Hunt, yes. Study, survey, probably.
Finesse.
Survey, probably okay.
Finesse, indifferent, maybe.
Attune.
Attune, that'd be funny too.
I could say like a
Prowl.
Yeah, there's so many.
I would even say like a consort or a sway could be viable
Yeah.
here as well.
They're all kind of I mean, for me, they're all basically the same. Survey,
Okay,
consort, sway.
So
I think it depends. So it would be so for his vice, right? It depends on how well he knows the person, right? If he knows them at all, it's a consort. If he doesn't know them at all, it's a sway, right? So
yeah, I think this would be like if you were headed to a house of companionship and they were to bring out a roster, how would you assess your
that's probably consort. I would
okay.
think. Yeah,
So
that would
go
make
ahead
sense.
and make me a consort roll. This is going to be controlled standard.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. No bonus dice. That's a 3, so a mild failure.
A 3 is a whole ass failure.
That's a fail.
I will say retroactively, if you'd like to push yourself for a second dice, you can take 2 stress and push yourself.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
That's
So just
fine.
roll sway a second time for me and take 2 stress.
Sorry, we said controlled and standard.
Yep.
One more die. That's a 5. So
Okay.
that's better.
So just add 2 stress to your tracker here.
Got it.
You look at the people, and like Hawke looked at them from the way that like either a predator looks at something or the way that a police officer looks at someone, which in some cases is the same thing. And
maybe Satyr, hey, why would somebody pick these people kind of way?
kind of,
Maybe?
yeah.
Okay.
You start looking at the people and you I think like almost like instinctively, like at the back of your mind, there's a level of assessment that like Satyr does to anyone passing by. Is like, oh, maybe.
Maybe. Hey,
And what you notice is not like physical traits or characteristics. It's more of like physical presentation. And you can see that there are people here who are in varying degrees of malnourishment, and not like your normal Doskvolian poverty malnourishment. You see with a 5, you're fairly certain that the person who is most malnourished in here probably hasn't had a meal in going on 2 weeks. And the most well-fed person is probably like 4 days since their last meal, like less than a week since their last meal. So with that information, maybe these people have been here between a little less than a week and almost 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Either they have been collected here over the course of that time, because they are in various states of malnourishment. But this seems to be no more than 2 weeks. Is anyone in here has been here for?
Well, I see that these shells have not been fed and have not eaten in somewhere between probably 1 to 2 weeks. They do not look well. And if they're just standing here, that would make sense that they're not eating. So, yes, but it's been at least maybe 4-ish days since maybe the last person was fed. So I don't see anyone here who's fresh, new. But none of them have been here that long overall either. So maybe 2 weeks. We could wait.
Indeed.
And see if anyone comes.
She motions to the prince. Clearly someone is coming and going and placing these people here.
Right. But they haven't done so for a couple of days. So either they have something else they're doing or they are unable to do so. Perhaps the window experiment and the riff that Bo mentioned. Is there any, perhaps we should look around the rest of the room and see if we can find anything else. Is there any, I don't know, furniture or...
No, the only thing in this room other than
Chests.
the people is the wall that has like sort of caved in, like the ceiling that has caved in, forming the other side of this wall. And like I said, it looks to have been like a junction point that would have connected to another like thoroughfare of the catacombs. But there's nothing in this room like a no crates or barrels or anything in here. And it doesn't look like anything was moved. It just looks like bodies are being deposited here.
Okay. Well, I'll try one more thing. Again, can I try? We'll have to figure out like what the actual point of this is. Like pinging for the empty vessel again. I want to see if any one of them like if they do anything.
Like clacking your knives together, your blades together. Yeah, go ahead and roll me in a tune.
You got this.
Controlled standard again?
This will be, yes, controlled standard.
Ugh. Same thing I rolled last time, I think. Jeez.
That for you.
Rude.
You are you? I mean, there's no one really watching you. Do you like still like quietly behind your back, or do you just like take them out and hit them together?
Yeah, like it's still behind her back. Like, I guess she will take the lantern and maybe like put it on the floor, like in the middle of the room, or hand it to Ish or something, or hang it on a sconce or something. Yeah, and she just kind of walks and she's surveying the people, and she's like tap tap tap, and then she like cling, just to create like a harmonic sound.
As soon as you make that like that ringing, that like ding sound with your blades, again the same way you snapped, all of the heads slowly turn towards you. Except you notice immediately as you are like, you know, kind of someone who like picks out the fine details of like, oh, I have to murder this person, so I have to like kind of watch how they move. You watch as they turn towards you with that same like very slow, lackadaisical motion, and then you watch as their spines straighten, and they all step in your direction and continue to move towards you.
Ooh.
Slowly, their arms begin to raise as if they are trying to reach out and grab you. And as the group sort of begins to form a horseshoe around you, hands slowly raising up to you, that's where we'll end this episode of Always Bloody in Doskvol.
What the hell did you do?
That is where we end episode 5, A City Without Dreams. Hell yeah, dope.
City without a Hawke in a minute.
A City Without Hawke.
Well, they don't seem what's the word, hostile yet.
I don't,
No, reaching out to strangle you with a dozen. Yeah.
You know,
They can't
all
all-
the
they don't-
limits.
can't all strangle me.
You don't know if they're going for hugs or not. It's
Close strangle.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
They
just
could
be
be
a hug.
aggressively
want-
loving you.
yeah, they just
Um,
want some love.
If anyone has to refresh their beverage, go to the, get a drink, bathroom, all that fun shit, go ahead and then come back. We'll do the after show. If no one has to leave, then we'll the after show. There we go. There's always one.
Mhm.
Always one. Fucking Kendall. God. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Hawke is a lot more bold than I would normally be. So
Hey, it's
No.
good to push the envelope once in a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
gotta risk
Satyr
it.
is more bold in some very specific areas than I ever would be as
Yeah.
well. So I'm just gonna say we'll use the word bold.
Is it the womanizing department or the not to be gender specific?
why-
Is
why
it the
be-
personizing?
Yeah, because he's definitely not gender specific.
Yeah. Is it the man whoring part? Is that what
just the whoring part on it? Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Yeah, that's
Now you
about
have
it.
to find a cool outfit picture to reference for him.
Gotta find.
Like
Yeah,
what his outfit is.
okay, well,
Not a
depends
lot.
depends on what
Interesting.
I'm tracking.
Wait
It
for that.
depends on what I'm hunting. So. Yeah, in some cases, not a lot. Just a bow tie. I don't know
Like
why that came to mind.
Chippendales.
Just like
Yeah.
that's it. Just
And then we need his splunking attire.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's kind of got the picture on my background. Old dude up there.
All right, let's see. I'm crossing off wishes. Let's see here. John had
Hawke
to see
attacked
how
by
the
zombies.
first score goes. We saw how the first score went.
Yeah,
It went
yeah,
very
it's
well.
It went great.
First one went great. Let's cross that one off. Let's see here.
Donna, Satyr is a leather daddy.
I love that.
Everyone gets more rolls. Everyone's rolling like crazy here.
Yeah, I had a lot of rolls today. Which was nice.
Downtime was a wish from Chris. We did that. We did a downtime. Ish meets the group was a wish from episode 3. That happened.
Hey, Ish was Kendall. Was that your first roll today, or have you rolled before?
No, he rolled
Yeah,
last
I
episode
rolled.
as well.
You rolled last time. Okay, I was trying to remember.
Yeah,
I thought you had rolled something, persuasion or something, or whatever, a sway or consort, in when we were
Yeah.
with the red satches, but I couldn't remember. So 'cause you rolled well.
All right, for our stars and wishes, I'm going to pick on Chris first because I feel like I abused Bo this episode. So Chris, what are your stars and wishes from episode 5?
My stars are for Lord Skurlock. In my head, he is a creepy demon clown, especially when he's in the ghost field. And outside, he looks lovely and friendly. So big star for him. Also, the visuals of that room with all the symbols on the walls, it reminded me of a scene from a movie called In the Child's Name. I don't know if anyone remembers the movie. There is a bedroom scene in that, which if you've ever seen it, it'll stick with you for the rest of your life.
Clearly.
But it's basically a
What movie?
person is murdered in a room. They do luminol all over it, and the parents go to sleep in that room. And as they turn off all the lights, the whole room is just covered in blood from the murder that happened there. It's great.
Why?
And then the visuals of Hawke's blades, I just love every time that they go off. The 2 ones that we got for them today didn't do them justice. But yeah, I love the visuals of that. And wishes, I don't know. Don't have any wishes at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. G, we'll jump to you next. What are your stars and wishes? I believe you're muted.
I think you're muted, G.
Sorry.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
good.
I liked Lord Skurlock as well, and how he totally ignored Hawke, but focused on Bo, and forced, I think, Bo out of his comfort zone a little bit. I really liked the blood room. That's really cool. I love the visual, and of course, all the people standing in this creepy tunnel. Like, this is not like the kind of nightmare fuel that's kind of like right up my alley. Like, if you had them all facing the same direction, or like all clumped in a corner, like, oh, that is so creepy to me, so yeah. I just like the whole atmosphere that we're in right now. So let's see. Wish. Maybe they don't want to kill her in this moment.
Maybe that'd be interesting if that was
You could wish.
maybe.
Well, yeah, because they're an empty vessel, and she is a acolyte of the empty vessel. So maybe she can, or me/she can think of a way in the moment to turn the tides, I guess. Maybe make them not want to attack her.
Yeah, maybe.
And do
I
the
can
hugs
think of something.
instead.
Otherwise, she will have to slice and dice these empty vessels, and I think that would be a big waste of some fresh meat. So,
Right sake.
Not as satisfying, really.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Another wish: I still need to kill somebody. She still needs to commit a murder because she is a serial killer.
Hmm.
Well,
it's a whole room.
Yeah, but
ready for you.
It's not the
Like I
same.
said, no.
Because I think these
It's
are
like eating saltine crackers. It's like
Yeah.
it'll do the job, but it's just not.
Yeah, but you get some saltine crackers with some gumbo.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, it's the cracker without the gumbo. It's the husk without the soul.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but in her mind, if she had to kill these empty vessels, then she would have to like atone in some way, because she'd be taking something away from her god.
Okay, valid. Not as satisfying. I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, wish is she still needs to murder somebody. Side wish, I want outfits for Satyr. Well, I'm like searching like fuck boy. I did leather daddy, and nothing's really jumping out at me. So
bold search terms you're throwing around there.
It's all on Pinterest, so it's pretty tame.
Anything that could go on a leather collar, a neck collar, right? Yeah, I got it. A choker. That's what I was going for. Anything
that it sounded like Squidward when he walks in the leather.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, wrong leather.
Yeah, and I think if we can make it out of this, my next wish would be to do a score, which would be to I guess capture the thing that's bringing them here, or something.
Yeah, I've sort of gone off the script of like the way that they do their picture.
I noticed we were doing a lot more investigative stuff than we should be.
Yeah, I'm kind of lingering in free play here for a little while to like sort of build out the lore of the lore of the Harbingers, to make it feel more like you guys. There isn't exactly a score right now. I think the score will be to like recover the artifact or recover the whatever the thing is that's doing this. But I think we're still kind of in some weird between free play and investigation phase.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Cool. Fantastic.
That's all I got for now.
Hell yeah. Kendall, what about you? What are your wishes?
Big star for Bo coming out of his shell and talking to a stranger. I like that. And like he looked over at mom, like, what do I do? And she was like, you got this, honey. Tell the man what he needs to know. That whole interaction was great. Satyr and his leather, love that too. I know, I know the vision in my head is not the vision, is not what actually happened, but it's still funny. I do want to say, I am curious. I don't know too much of the entire lore of the world. Um, what happens if you reintroduce a different soul into a husk, or would like is that a thing? Because I'm feeling like we have a bunch of vials of like souls in a bottle, and then now we have just a bunch of husks.
It is a thing. That is through a very complicated and difficult set of rituals. That is how you create a vampire.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then that makes sense why Morgan Spurlock exists. Uh, the yeah. So is that a common knowledge thing in this world? Like
No.
everybody knows that how that happens? Okay.
No.
But I also know that, we're all about the open husks, so I don't know if anybody else would be on board, but I kind of wish somehow uh Ish's curiousness gets away with him and he accidentally creates a vampire. As weird as that sounds, but I don't know.
You know? As far as I know, I think the book itself doesn't actually like tell you how to, like, doesn't give you the steps. But it says like through ritual. So there's a person, and then a ghost is a spirit without a body. A hollow is a body without a spirit. A husk is, I believe it's called a husk, or a hull. A hull. A hull is a an automaton that has a spirit inside of it to power it. But that's more like a robot essentially. And then there is
See, because
there
in my mind, that's the effect I'm trying to get.
well, that would be taking a soul and putting it into a robot. Would be that thing.
Oh,
And
into a
then
robot. Okay.
yeah, into an automaton. And then there, through some level of ritual and like pact with the devil or some shit, is taking a soul and putting it in a different body of some kind, and that's, I believe, what makes a vampire. And interestingly enough, in the advanced rules of the core book, there are options to play a ghost, a hull, and a vampire.
Oh,
In my the game I played as a player of Blades in the Dark way back in the day, that was one of my characters' like long-term goals, was to find a way to live forever, and become a vampire. So he was researching. I think I actually became a vampire at some point. Was basically to live forever. So yeah, not common knowledge. Definitely not. But perhaps through study and arcane fuckery, maybe you'll find out.
yeah. Or oops, I was just trying to help, and this is what happened.
Yeah, oops, all vampires.
Oops, all
Shit.
vampires.
Imagine if you accidentally made half a dozen vampires, and you're just like, nuts, and they're just unleashed on the fucking city.
Oopsie.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we got to go back to Aruvia.
Yeah.
That's right.
Things are getting a little tighter.
A little toothy over here. Any other wishes from you, Kendall?
I mean, there was, like G said, it's a very heavy investigation style episode, and I didn't feel like Ish could really, like he's not knee deep in this yet. He's in, but he's not in. So he's not like he still doesn't really have any clue what's going on. He's here for safekeeping, so that he doesn't get killed by another gang. So he's at the same time wanting to be helpful, but also trying to figure out what the fuck are we doing?
What are we doing?
What is going on?
Valid.
So like I didn't feel like Ish as a character would have too much input on what we did for this instance. But I want to know who these people are.
Okay.
Who the husks are, where do they come from, why these people, is there a reason that they are the way they are? Well, I mean, obviously there's a reason, but like, were they chosen randomly, or was there a specific reason for these people?
Okay, yeah, love that.
Okay.
Hopefully, find an answer.
Because when you said that none of us recognized any of them, the back of my head was like, well, I think Ish might have could have been like maybe sold something to one of them, and vaguely like he's wearing a ring. I remember this ring, or but it didn't feel organic enough in the moment to just kind of interject that or anything. But that was an avenue that I thought would have been interesting to explore.
Well,
Okay.
Ish might recognize a ring on one of them now.
That's what I'm saying.
As they're strangling Hawke.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Oh, when his hand goes up, be like, "Oh, I know this guy."
I remember Jim. Jim.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
But Hawke, that's Jim. The one with his hands around your neck. That's Jim.
Yeah,
Obviously.
but I figured the statement was innocuous enough, and Ish wasn't up on him enough to be able. I figured there was still time for me to try to interject that, be like, "Wait, hold on, I remember this item, but I don't remember selling it to this man." Or something, or I don't remember. So just is something along those lines.
Yeah, interesting. I think we can roll for that next time. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm also still a little confused as to. I don't know what Bo sees when Bo sees what Bo sees.
No one else does. So you're.
Yeah.
No, either.
Okay,
you're
so
fine.
I wasn't sure because I was gonna ask, like, what does it look like? Like when I have a moment alone with him, I'm like, hey man,
Yeah,
what
totally.
do you
Ask.
see? What is it?
I want to know, but I won't ask.
I think also anyone with like anyone with a like a modicum of like intentionality or training can attune to the ghost field. It's not a thing like Bo isn't like there is a class or playbook called Whisper, and the Whisper is kind of like Spirit Wardens. So Whispers, they're like I think they start with 2 points in attune off the bat. But anyone can attune to the ghost field. They just have to like do it. And it may look a little bit different for everyone else. But the general vibe of the ghost field is it looks like an echo of the world. So like buildings may look a little bit different. They may look a little bit older. They may look a little bit more or less intact. It's like a reflection of where you are. So he basically sees like a wireframe of everything around him. But it could be like this building has changed in modern day, and this is what it looks like when the echo was happening.
It's the steampunk Matrix.
Yeah. Basically, it's kind of like how your your ghost would be a ghost of how you were when you died, not how you were buried. So like if your ghost appeared at your own funeral and was wearing like a tank top and board shorts and you're in a burial suit, you'd be like, ah shit, that's the same guy, but that looks weird. So it's like the buildings look similar but different enough. But it looks a little different to everybody. So I usually have everyone kind of explain what they see the first time we enter into it. Cool. Last but not least, John, what are your stars and wishes?
Cool. So you guys kind of touched on some of the things. I really enjoyed the Lord Skurlock exchange, and again got to. I thought Chris played Bo really well in the I have to talk, I don't want to talk. How am I going to not talk and yet have to talk? So I thought that was really cool to watch that conflict there, and then I love just Hawke just being sidelined through that whole process. That was very funny. So anyway, so I really liked that whole thing, and then I did have a star like as we're playing, particularly at the end, right where we find all these husks. We're doing this tracking. We're finding all these husks, and I just like had this realization that like in most games, and this is a kind of a star for Blades as a thematic game. Most games you're doing. Why are we doing that? Right? Say why are we tracking? To Kendall's point on Ish going, I don't know what we're doing. We're not there to save people from being turned into hollows. Like we're here to take their shit that's doing this so we can do it. And I'm just like, it's such a different, and if we want to like bug out and say, hey, we're done with this crap. Like, we just, yeah, that's fine. Like, we don't, no skin off our backs. And that's just very, it's just a kind of a neat twist on just RPG that's something I normally don't get to experience, because I don't, in heroic based games, I don't like playing people that are a-holes, just
Yeah.
because it's not really conducive to the story or whatever. But in this game, it's like, nah, you embrace being
Yeah, you are
embrace
certified. You have carte
being a
blanche
douche.
to be assholes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I'm trying to
kinda.
be a little bit more unfeeling
Yeah.
with Hawke.
so it's
Yeah.
just
I was considering, how do we get these guys home? Because can we use them?
yeah, can we use them? Yeah,
Can they
100%.
do the cleaning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Or I'm thinking of taking them to what's his nuts?
Oh,
Sherlock.
Attican?
No.
Attican.
Attican.
Let's see. Maybe.
Sure, he'd
I mean,
make
we
them
got
more
some
useful.
spirit
Try to make
bottles.
vampire.
We have some full spirit bottles. We got stuff. We have some options.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I'm
that'd
sure
be
he
cool.
has
And then
some rituals.
and then for wishes for me, just kind of continue to kind of just see how we play out the continue to play out the investigatory part of this, to try to kind of figure out more what's going on. It's kind of interesting. I got lots of theories, around. I have a few different ones. Like all of these hollows, for example. If I'm like, this could be the wardrobe of somebody. Right? It's like, oh, they come in and they switch bodies to do different things, and then they put them back. This is their closet, right? So, among other things, I was just like, there's a lot of possibilities here. So I just looking forward to try to getting behind that, or getting to the root of that and figuring out what it is. And then, of course, scoring something that will help us in our overall goal of city/world domination.
Of course. Religious domination at least.
Yeah.
So doing a score.
Souls, man, control the soul.
That's true. That's true. So control the souls. I mean, there is no afterlife.
No,
So
there's nothing.
it's right there. In ghost form.
They just wreck them anyway, so we'll make
Yeah.
use of them before then.
This episode was very fun. The stars for this episode. I like Skurlock. I also like that most of you are distasteful or uneasy at best, I think, of Lord Skurlock. Because the other game that I run of Blades in the Dark, my home game, they are also in Six Towers. They are hawkers, but they are like bros with Skurlock. Like, he's their patron. So like they're like working with him. I think one of the players tried to seduce, like at Skurlock Manor. He has like a nephew that is like the current Lord Skurlock, more or less. And one of the players tried to like seduce the nephew. They're like working with him on like, he's like giving them jobs and shit. So it's two opposite ends of the spectrum between you guys and them, which is very fun to see. And it's the same. Like, I wrote a character profile for Skurlock, so essentially the Skurlock they have and the Skurlock you have is the same person. I'm playing off the same notes for that character. So it's very interesting to see how you interact differently with that character, and like what you guys do differently than them is very fun. I also liked fucking with Bo. Was very fun. Bo has been a very stoic. He's the most stoic, like barbarian version of a oh god, what the hell is the class called? The Tinker guy, a leech. He's the the biggest, buffest nerd I've seen, and being very stoic for a guy who does crazy rituals and makes explosives is very funny. And so sort of forcing you into a clearly supernatural conversation as a non-conversationalist was very fun. Also, his Skurlock's dismissive nature, not dismissive, but like, yeah, I guess it was not dismissive of Hawke specifically, but his dismissive nature of the Bluecoats was definitely to like illustrate I am of such a small percent of the 1% that I don't give a shit if you're. I'll do a crime in front of you. Like I don't. He's like, oh, would you tell? I don't have any information for the police, and I wouldn't ever dream of it. What are they going to do with that? So it was very
Hawke probably forgot she's in the blue coat uniform.
Yeah. Like, sure, I'll talk to you, but I'm not talking to the blue coats.
Yeah.
It's circumstantial that you happen to be one of the same.
Yeah, but in the way that like the blue coats stop crime in enough that they fill their quota of stopped crime, the rich don't care. Like they're above the law in such a capacity that like they don't. The inequality of the city is the point of the city, such that you can thrive as criminals. So yeah, like it was interesting playing him as a supernatural, not like elitist, but like someone who's just so far above the law that it's not even a concern or a thought to have to deal with. Like it's like a ew, the police. Ew, no, thank you. Please don't talk to me. It's always a fun situation, and the hollows in the catacombs was a fun thing to learn today. Because one of the things I like about this game as a GM is like it encourages you not to prep. Like there's not like you're not supposed to have a hard plan for this. As a GM, I react to what you guys do. So like I don't know the outcome of a score until you start the score and tell me like how you go into it, how you roll. Like I don't even know how hard the score is until you roll the engagement roll to see how difficult the score is. So I didn't know there were hollows in the sewer, in the catacombs until you guys were like, we're going to investigate the catacombs. And I was like, well, there's got to be something in there.
Something there.
Let's figure out what that is. Yeah, so that was fun to learn. I'm excited to see who those people are too. All of Kendall's wishes as to why, who, where, how, and why. I'm also very excited to find out. You and me both, buddy. So yeah, very, very fun, and I'm also excited to hear Melissa's thoughts on the show and get her back in and see what her insights are as to what the hell happens in episode 6. But that is all we have for episode 5 and episodes 5 after show. If you guys like the after show you're seeing here, this is a sort of a preview of what we offer over on our Patreon for all the other shows here on the channel. So if you like this after show, join us in the Patreon, link in the description. You get the after show for all kinds of other cool shows, see peek behind the curtains, hear the stars of wishes, and the internal machinations of the casts. But that's it from us. We'll see you guys next time. So from all of us to you, bye.
Bye.